Then the VAO semicolon constructor for the VAO class, which generates a vertex array object ID. Then this code block, which is the void link attrib open parenthesis VAO and BBO, GLU int layout, GLOU int num components, GLE num type, GL size IPTR, stride, void asterisk offset, semicolon. A member function that link a VBO attribute. Example, position or color, to the VAO. It takes parameter such as the VBO attribute, layout, number of component, data type, stride, and offset. Then this, the void bind, semicolon, a member function that bind the VAO binding means make the VAO the current vertex array. Then the void unbind, semicolon, this a member function that unbind the VAO reverting to the default vertex array. And the void delete, semicolon, this a member function that delete the VAO, releasing associated resources. Then asterisk and if, semicolon, this and the include guard. Then in summary, this code define a C++ class for managing OpenGL vertex array object or the VAO. Include function to link VBO attributes, bind and unbind the VAO, and delete the VAO. The class is designed to work with corresponding VBO class for managing vertex buffer object. Then let's proceed here. The code, this code block constructor. This constructor initialize a VAO object by generating a single vertex array object ID using GL vertex array. Then the link attrib, semicolon. This function link a VBO attribute such as position or color to the VAO. It takes the following step. First, bind the associated VBO using VBO.bind. Second, specify the attribute layout size, type, normalization, stride, and offset using GL vertex attribute pointers. Then third, enable the specified vertex attribute array using GL enable vertex attribute array. Then the last, unbind the VBO using VBO.unbind. Then this code bind, this function bind the VAO using GL bind vertex text array, bind mean making this VAO the current vertex array. Then unbind, this function unbind the VAO by binding a default vertex array, which is the 0, using GL bind vertex array. Then the delete, this function delete the VAO by calling GL delete vertex array. It takes care of releasing the resources associated with the vertex array object. In summary, this implementation provides method to generate link attributes, bind, unbind, and delete vertex array object in OpenGL. The VAO class is designed to work in conjunction with the VBO for managing vertex buffer object. And then this we'll discuss this code block. Let's start in hashtag if and def shader class h and hashtag define shader class h. These are include guard to prevent multiple inclusion of header file. And then this hashtag include gland.h include the gland library which handle the loading of OpenGL function. And then this library, which is the include string, hashtag include fstream, hashtag include sstream, hashtag include iostream, then hashtag include cerno, include various C++ standard library header for string manipulation, file input, and error handling. Then this std string get file contents, open parenthesis, contents char asterisk file name, close parenthesis, then semicolon. This declare of a function get file context that reading the context of a file and return them as the string. Then class shader, semicolon, this declare a C++ class name shader. Then the public specify the access level for the class member, indicating that the following member are accessible for the outside the class. Then the glu int id semicolon, unassigned integer that represent the reverse id of the shader program in OpenGL. Then this shader open parenthesis const char asterisk vertex file, const char fragment file, semicolon. This constructor for the shader class, it takes through parameters the file name of the vertex and fragment shader and build the shader program from this file. And this code, which is the void active open and close, then semicolon, this a member function that activate the shader program. Then the void delete, a member function that delete the shader program. Then the private, this specify that the following member are private and not directly accessible from outside the class. Then the void compile error, open parenthesis, unsigned int shader, comma, const char asterisk type, close parenthesis, semicolon. This a member function that check if the different shader have compiled properly and report any complication error. Then this hashtag end if, this the end that include guard. In summary, this code define a C++ class for managing OpenGL shader program. The class include function to load shader source code from files, compile shader link them into the program, active the program, and handle error. The get file context function is used to read the context of shader file. Then let's proceed here in the last code. This code defines the implementation of shader class, which is responsible for loading, compiling, and linking vertex and vertex shader into OpenGL shader. Let's go through each part of this code. So here the get slash file slash context semicolon. This function read the context of file specified by file name and return them as a string. Then this shader, shaders, the constructor of the shader class, it takes the file path for the vertex and fragment shader, load the resource code, compile them, link them into a program, and perform error checking. Then here the shader compile errors. This private method check if shader have compiled or linked properly. It print error message to the console if compilation or linking fail. So in summary, this code define a class shader that encapsulate the functionality of loading, compiling, linking, activating, and deleting OpenGL shader program. That class also include error checking mechanism to report any issue during shader compilation or linking. So that is our activity for. Thank you for watching.